Navajo flooding and creation myth.
The Navajo. The Navajo lived in present-day Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. They lived in about 12,000 BC. A natural disaster this tribe experienced were floods.
Myth. First world.
In the first world, it was dark and empty except for 6 first beings: the first woman, first man, salt woman, fire god, and Begochiti, child of the sun. Begochiti created 4 mountains, but there was still no light. So they left to the second world in a hollow reed. Myth. Second world.
The second world was light and blue, but already inhabited by the cat people. The cat people and the first beings fought for years, yet still could not become acquaintances, so the first beings left in the reed to find a new and better home.
Myth. Third world. Once they left the second world, they entered the third world, which was beautiful and full of light. They rejoiced there and created a civilization of their own, and there Begochiti created rivers, lakes, and mountains, with lots of animals and birds. One day, along the river, Coyote found a baby and stole him. When the water monster saw this, he was infuriated, for it was his baby. He created a flood, and the rest of the first beings forced Coyote to give the child back, but it was too late. Myth.
Fourth and final world.
They all climbed into the reed while the water monster kept flooding the world. Then Locust climbed out of the reed and carved a hole into the fourth world. There, Begochiti created the sun, stars, and moon. Even though it was not as beautiful as the third, the first beings created the Navajos and taught them how to plant, harvest, and the right way to live.
Scientific explanation. Creation.
The Navajo must have started up higher in the United States, and they did not like this place, so they moved to a land where there were people dressed in large catskins, and they fought, so the Navajo left. Then they found a beautiful land, but a flood washed them away to where they then settled in the Four Comers region.
Scientific explanation. Floods.
Floods start with many variables. Most start with heavy rainfall, when rain gets so hard it just washes over everything. Also, it can start with sea levels rising, and then the water rushes into streams, rivers, and lakes. Visit these websites if you want to learn more about the Navajo Nation.